How many of you have a boring wall as a studio? I've been using this boring white wall for the past 20 over years. And I want you to know that's how I started my career, and this is what I've been working on right up to today. And in today's episode, I'm going to show you how you can turn boring walls into stunning walls.
Action!
This is called a Gobo. It stands for Go Between Optics, which means that it's something that you put in between the lights and the background. All you need to do is head on to your favorite stationery store, get some mounting boards and cut holes in them, any patterns that you like. Make sure you don't make those holes too big, and then go to the front of the Gobo and add on flash. Take a shot and take a look at the wall now. Beautiful, isn't it? And to make our stunning background more stunning, the beautiful Rachel.
Hi.
Right. Once you have done a pre-visualization shot of how the Gobo looks like at the back without the model, and only then you sit your model at the front. But you need to light her up. So she would need main light and field light. So the trick is, whatever light that you add on as main light or field light, so I've got a soft box there and a reverse umbrella here, make sure that you do not spill main light onto the background. Then you're going to get diluted background like this. Horrendous, isn't it? Well, as usual, you can use your lighter's cheat sheet to calculate your main light. Let's take a shot and see how this looks like. Extra tip, if you place your lights with the gel further away from the Gobo, you're gonna get more refined and sharp patterns on the wall. But if you move your flashes nearer to the Gobo like so, you're gonna get more blurry pattern. So you now have choices how you can have your Gobo interacting with the background. One more trick for you. I frequently use two different colored gel, one flash nearer to the Gobo and one flash further away. Let me show you how interesting this will become. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and I hope you head on to our website, support our e-learning courses so that we can continue bringing you more free YouTube tutorials like this. And in the next episode, I'm going to show you how you make this stunning, stunning wall into an amazing wall by throwing in ABGM shift. What is that? I started with crew making noise when we roll.
Oops!
Very good.
action.
Today's episode, there's this saying that goes by, shoot low F number so that you get nicer picture. How true is this? Let's find out. Let's start the experiment by taking shots with various F number. With F number as low as f1.4 and my focus lock recompose method of focusing, will it make my model shooting look blurry? Well, one thing I know as a professional photographer is that viewers of your pictures love blurry background because they will think that, wow, it's taken by an expensive camera. But at what F number will they start looking sharp all the way, looking like cell phone pictures? You see those lights behind shooting? Those kind of lights are what make professional photographers go crazy with our bokeh-licious. Congratulations! We know you've gotten yourself that brand new camera finally. Don't you think it's time for you to improve on your photography skill as well? In this series of lessons, you'll learn 3 important aspects of how to make your pictures look stunning like those shot by professional photographers. Sharp and nice. And master one of the most frequently used modes by professional photographers. Autofocus single, autofocus auto, or autofocus continuous. You learn to be able to walk into any part of the room, any part of location in the world and still get perfect exposure. Choose the right aperture value to blur the background or sharpen in landscape shots that look stunning like this. And at the same time, you also learn how to manage this exposure meter. Stick to F2. Focus, lock, recompose. You learn excellent compositional rules, 5 of them. How to perfectly get beautiful, stunning shots all the time. Very bright outdoor location. Let's learn the correct workflow on how to get this beautifully in the digital workflow. If you increase the intensity of your light hitting your subject, the shadow that he or she casts will be darker. You also realize that the light comes from this side and nowhere else. So you can actually look at every photo and decipher exactly. If you distance the light to whatever that's blocking it, the shadow would have a hard edge. It's called the umbra. And this part is called the penumbra. And by looking at this property, I will know how far the photographers put the light away. My favorite property of shadow, adding colors to shadow. If you have a wall that has no light, you can add colored light to it. And it is so that you can see the ISO that you can get. My favorite ISO is 200. As high as you can go with the F number, F16 is my all-time favorite. And my shutter speed is 200 to ensure that I don't break the sync speed. Now let me show you what happens when you take this shot and adhere to the front of your flash. Make sure that you leave a gap like so. Otherwise, you're gonna burn them. Point proven that you can only add color to shadow. And the Gobo is nearer to the light source, you're gonna get more feathered shadow. So looking at this shadow, this is your ambient. And looking at this mid-tone here, this is your flash value. So if we can find out what is the difference between ambient and flash value, but let's wrap our head around on the area of illumination for now. Here are some photos with large area of illumination. And here are pictures with smaller area of illumination. Well, I'm sure you would have understood this. Although key means that more shadowy pictures with more focused light and smaller lights. And this is exactly why we need to learn Big 5. You're probably asking me now, how do I determine and visualize the coverage when you're using studio strobes like this and also hot shoe flashes like this? Let me show you 2 ways you can do this. So you would probably use a high F value of F11 or F16 to do this shoot here. And then look at this location here. It's dark. And you would know by now in natural lighting you have to drop your F value to maybe F2 or F4 to perform the shoot. I would need to shoot at this F value to get this side of the face to mid-tone. And to get this side of the face to mid-tone, I would need to use a lower F value. Coming here is a modified light. And if you use a hot shoe flash on a small to medium-sized modifier, they will always cut away 2 stops of lights. Right after you figure out the area of illumination, let's figure out the intensity of coverage. What gives you F4 on modified light? Coming here. So looking at lighters cheat sheet, we know that our hot shoe flash needs to be at a power 1.